All right, welcome back. As we said before, it's game day in Nebraska. So Nebraska soccer has their first of two games this weekend. So they got Southeast Missouri State tonight. They got Cincinnati on Sunday. So we finally get back to some real live game action. Red-white volleyball tomorrow, but we're just going to focus this one on soccer for their opening weekend. So what it is, it's a segment we're calling Freeze Frame. We're going to bring up 3 different pictures and leave them up there, and we're going to see, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, so we're going to test that out. So we're just going to point out some different things here about some of these different pictures. So we'll start us. Why don't you get us set up for the first picture we're going to see come up here on screen.
All right. Ari Romero with her dribbling skills against Colorado College this past week. What do you see from this?
This is one of my favorite ones to look at. This is the more technical breakdown you'll see. The first thing you notice is both the defenders, if you look at where their feet are, they're both on the wrong foot. Even the defender on the left, who looks like she's about to track her down, just has no idea what she's doing. She's about to get burned to the other side. My favorite is when you look at the initial defender applying the on-the-ball pressure. Her left foot is coming in there, and Ari's not only moving the ball away from her foot, but she's got her foot in between the defender's foot and the ball. So she just completely knew what was coming on, was ready for the tackle, and just burned that defender. Then with the other defender on her wrong foot, just burns her to the outside. So Ari Romero plays center back, but she's pretty fleet of foot, and she can make people look silly like we have in this picture here. So we can move on now. We can talk. These next two are a little bit more fun. That was the more tactical breakdown of the two. So set us up here for the second one. These next two are a little more fun.
Katie Kreutner in the second one, going headfirst into the goalie. Now, Pat, you've had some experience playing goalie. What do you make of this one?
See, I like this one because you can see the impending doom of her about to get a little bit lit up, and she knows it too, which is my favorite part. The face here we got for Katie. If you've ever seen Katie play, this face is the embodiment of Katie 100% of the time, just going all out, a little bit scared, a little bit awkward and falling down. But the thing that you really got to take away from this that hurts the most about these kind of collisions, if you come in and you get clipped, people think that looks bad and you flip over the top. But you can see that Katie's knees are digging into the ground and she's coming to come face first with the goalie. When you crumble, when you hit the ground with your knees and you go chest first into the goalie, it doesn't affect them at all because they're sliding and they just light you up. I mean, you got nothing but momentum coming out playing keeper. They're falling, they're awkward, and she's about to get lit up as she stumbles into here. So I'm sure we'll see a lot more coordination from Katie today, and I'm sure she'll get that figured out. I mean, it was just the first game, but there you can see Katie going a little crazy and running headfirst into the keeper. So now we'll move on to my third and and my favorite of all the 3 pictures here for our freeze frame segment.
J.C. Johnson beating her defender for a shot on goal, but the goal not what you're concerned about. What are you concerned about with what's happening behind her?
My favorite thing in this picture is if you look at the trailing defender, she's not stumbling. She didn't get hit. She didn't get fooled. She's just trying to keep up with Jay and can't. She's just not fast enough. So she's trying to run so hard, she just ran face first into the ground. So the shot doesn't go in. It wasn't a goal. But this was one of her first touches, and the defender just really underestimated how fast this Husker freshman is and tried to keep up and just ate it. And her face is priceless here. You can see just the angst of knowing, oh, crap, I just fell without even tripping over my own feet. And the other thing that I'll point out here, again, getting back to tactics, I'm too much of a soccer guy to not point this out. If you look at the bend in Johnson's leg as she's hitting this shot, I mean, it didn't go on net. It wasn't, it was obviously one of her first touches, wasn't good, but to put that kind of English to her legs bending a little bit the wrong way, I don't know if you guys can really tell here, but the way that she does that and the way that, that takes a lot of skill, and to be moving that fast and swing your leg through on that, I mean, those balls are pretty wicked, and that's when you see goalies get mixed up and rebound some of those things. So there's a little bit of skill in there, but I just love seeing a defender just eating it because she's just trying to keep up with her speed. So that's a little debut of our freeze frame segment here. Obviously, we'll have more. For her first football game day is going to be a lot of fun with the pictures we can do and some of the different things we can. So we just wanted to debut it and try it out. So there's a couple pictures to encapsulate the Nebraska soccer game. Remember, Husker soccer tonight at the Nebraska soccer field at 6 p.m. It's their opening game. I mean, the fan situation isn't what it's going to be at their new stadium. There's going to be 2,500 seats. It's going to be a big thing. But for the last couple of years in this that they can really use a couple of fans to get out there, and they can really use some people. There's still some good seats. There's still some underneath seats that were created by the East Stadium. So it's a fun atmosphere down there at the Nebraska soccer field. This year's team's going to be good. Senior-laden team. They have a lot of experience coming back. So if they can get started early in this year, they can make a run back at the NCAA tournament. So there's my pitch for soccer for this year. We'll be covering all the games. We'll have stuff for Corn-Fed Sports, Corn-Fed Live. So stay tuned for our coverage of that. But for now, that wraps up our freeze frame on Husker soccer. It wraps up our second segment, and it wraps up our Corn-Fed Sports in the morning. So for Corn-Fed Sports in the morning, I'm Pat Radigan.
And I'm Matt Dern.
Thanks for joining us.